quite easily. Okay, this is the elevated area on the right hand side of the hollow at the south end of the site, and this is where we would possibly have some sort of bunker gun emplacement set up here, with a fairly good field of view of the attacking Germans coming up from the hollow. Now, eventually I would think the Germans would fall back, and potentially some of them will come round the base of this this dip here and work their way up the rear of this defensive high position. So there is a pathway with lots of cover down there for them to work their way up. It won't be easy going, but it's very possible. Probably easier than attacking head on into all those bunker positions over in the low area. Maybe a section of the Germans are split off and come up this way as a sneak attack round the back of the Allies. Now, the main goal of the Germans' attack is to come back, wipe out what Allied troops they can, defensive positions. We may well have flags around the site, or like we've done in other games, like CIA have done in other games, we have a piece of card with an Allied star on one side and a swastika on the other side, and according to who's captured that area last, that's the way the card is turned over. So we could make some of those. That system seems to work quite well. At the end of the day, we could make a tot-up of the score on these cards by going around and collecting them and noting down how many are which way up. Very simple. Now, the Germans eventually will be trying to capture the hangar building again, the main bunker which the Allies captured on day one. So this day two, this could be the complete exercise, a complete role reversal for day two, with a few adjustments to the game. Later on either day one or possibly day two of the battle weekend, this rear end of the site, at the low section of the site, it would be quite good to have the Germans attacking in from the field at the rear of the site, which is the south end, and trying to come in through these thin woodland here. Now, basically, they'd be instructed that they have to come in and try and take the steel hangar / bunker area, the main headquarters building, which is back over that way. Now, they'll have to work their way in through the trees here, and the first thing they're going to encounter is this concrete pillbox here. Now, we should be able to have, hopefully, a firing slot knocked into the front of this pillbox, and so that will be a good defensive position for the Allies to occupy. There's also a raised embankment at the rear of the pillbox. We may have some allies patrolling the woods up in there, and some more allied patrols back in the woods that way. Obviously, if they hear contact with Germans coming in from these woods here, then they will move forward. We may have a few defensive structures lying around. Some of these pieces of corrugated iron may be leant up against the trees here. As the Germans eventually take the pillbox and start moving forward through the woods, they'll realise that they're coming to a bottleneck area because of this fairly large pond area which narrows the sight in on this section. So it's going to pretty much condense things here. Now, once they get to this sort of area, if they manage to capture this section, the Allies will have to be instructed to fall back and let the Germans come forward. The reason being, there is a road over there and we don't want any fighting going on in this area immediately here, because we might start having Germans coming in this direction and firing over at Allies hiding in the woods there, and potentially we could get some shots drifting through the trees. So this area here would be a cease of battle, and the Allies would have to fall back on the metal hanger. Once the Germans have moved through this area here and got to this section of the woodland, the Allies would then have taken up position back in defensive points through here. Now, what I would hope to do for this area is some of the trees, some of the small trees, we will cut down so it won't be quite as overgrown. These brambles and trees we will dispose of, clear them of this area, so that it looks far more like some sort of military base. Over here we have the remnants of a barn style, or hangar style barn I should say.